Hey everybody, I've got the CCP Terrax review coming at you. Obviously hit the like button, help support the channel and all that lovely stuff as well. The champion's abilities seem to be alright, but this isn't a champion made for great damage output. Command themselves even say this is more of a tanky champion. It's actually built as an Alliance Wars defender. I suppose with things like shock immunity, bleed immunity, and as well the indestructible charges are things that allow you to have that upper hand when it comes to placing a defender. So a defense champion he is. And I would say the more times you flop on this, basically being like, okay, place him as a boss champion, say there's loads of persistent charges on him, which means that he gets to have a lot of additional indestructible charges, it is literally going to mean that he's going to be frustrating as heck. And man, it's going to build up some real pain for any kind of alliance. So if you're looking for a potential boss, man, he is going to be the one for you. Based on hydrokinetic armor and the way that interacts with a lot of energy-based damage. But the champion from an attack perspective, he's alright. I had some fun with him. If you're looking for big yellow numbers and you're looking to take down Winter Soldier and that kind of stuff, you're not going to get it. It's just going to be pottering along, just kind of building up a little bit of damage. From an attacking perspective, yeah, you can take him. Persistent charges can be built quite well. And going into that rock field can mean more indestructible charges. Means that you're kind of in this state of applying armor break on the enemy and just kind of thrashing out in order to do a little bit more energy damage, more damage in general. I think that a rank 5 would see some alright numbers, maybe a 6-star rank 2. I doubt I'd see a rank 3 is relatively good, but the fact is you're not going to see big numbers. The armor break is going to be fun, the rock field's going to be great, the energy damage is going to be there, and fight from fight, yeah, okay, so I guess the champion's okay, but it's not going to be like your Corvus Glaive. It's not going to be so many others. It's going to be a fantastic defensive-based option. There's also a bit of information here that the devs put on the spotlight on the forums, which link is in the description, where if you do a heavy attack at the end of the rock field, you're able to see a good amount of numbers. I think I was doing a 7k heavy attack, which isn't bad, but it's, you know, nowhere, shape or form close to what you can do with a Doctor Doom on a heavy attack. The champion does seem to be like, not a utility champion, but a really strong Alliance Wars defender. Going back to the point I made at the start of the video, is with having stuff like shock, bleed effects being immune to, and as well, you know, the power drain, power steal, power burn, power lock, and innovate immunity, as well as that interaction with #metal, means that he is going to be an effective counter for anything that's going to be coming into any particular fight. So imagine the amount of kills that he's going to be able to get. It's going to be astronomical. Obviously, from a weakness standpoint, nullifying, because every indestructible charge is a buff, it can be nullified. So some way, shape or form, you might want to use Doctor Doom or maybe a champion that does nullify. So yeah, you'll be taking class advantage champions in, which will be mystics. And a lot of the mystic champions have power control abilities, which obviously limits things like power steal, power burn, power lock, and innovate. So you're going to have to really kind of pick and choose champions wisely for the situation. So it may be a case you'll want to see specials being thrown at you and avoiding that rock field. But as well, as the developer says, indestructibility and tankiness. So Terrax gains indestructible charges while his rock field is active, allowing him to bypass damage from hits. The ability gives him some of the most readily available indestructibility of any champion in the contest. Again, pointing out this factor that maybe this is a champion that's actually being created for Alliance Wars defense. The same way with the Ebony Maw changes. It wasn't about attack and offense, it was all about defense. But obviously, just to point out, even though that I'm not representing in this video some great amount of damage output, it could be a case you'll get some offensive usage from this champion when it comes to a rank 565, which players might do for that whole kind of like boss placement and Alliance Wars idea, and also maybe like the 6-star side of things, maybe that's going to be more powerful at rank 2 and heavily awakened. But again, I don't know if I can see that. I can see this a lot of players doing 565 on this guy, putting him in defense and seeing how he rolls. So that, I think, is my main recommendation for anybody considering getting this champion. Yes, good, but more like a tanky champion. And as well, has some usage. It's going to be a pain with power control, but still, the indestructibles can be nullified. Now, there's some alright synergies to this, not overly amazing. I'm not sure if I'm sold on the Phoenix buff. When striking with her 4th light attack, Phoenix consumes one of her personal fury buffs, increasing the hit damage by 100%. And I'm sure that would be absolutely fine if you're kind of looking at, well, you know, could you chain that into some sort of special attack? I don't think you can, so I don't really kind of rate that. And then the bonuses for like Terrax, yeah, they're all right. With the Nihilist, you get a plus 15% attack rating, which again is helpful for the whole kind of offensive idea, which I don't think this champion is for. I am interested, and I'll probably put out in a separate video this Mordo synergy thing, which is while charging a heavy attack, if the opponent attacks, Mordo will evade. The ability has a 25% cooldown, so I kind of want to try that. 25%, 20-second cooldown isn't too much. And yeah, the other ones, they're all right. You know, this unlocks Heralds of Galactus synergy with Silver Surfer, so you can get that indestructibility. But apart from that, I don't think there's overly much to talk about to buff any other champion based on the synergy. If I do a video, it'll probably be one of the ones that we just talked about, and I'll focus a video on them if I think they're any good to talk about. The final thing I want to say about this champion is that there are a lot of complexities to it. Now, as you can see, there's just a lot of waffle and a lot of reading, but also a lot of understanding that you've got to build up your attack charges to then benefit your power cosmic. And where your power cosmic is concerned, it gives you the more indestructible charges. So when we're talking about this being a boss, is that, again, you fail so many times against this, you're basically giving this champion more opportunities to get indestructible buffs, which at the same point can be nullified, but the fact is it's still a pain in the butt. And as well, the rock field is the attacking side of things. That's when, you know, you're looking at the offensive. And yes, a rank 5 version may be kind of showcasing something better, which would be nice. Ending with all light attacks, like on a, as you can see, Terrax 4th light attack refreshes duration or personal armor break debuffs on the opponent. So again, that's more for the offensive side of things. If you're using a champion that you're doing like 4 light attacks, and there you get your refresh of it. I think the most I've seen is I've got up to about 11, and that's all right. But at the same time, am I expecting big yellow numbers? Even Kabam said this is not a champion for big yellow numbers. So obviously that is a point. Special attacks will be beneficial for whatever they are. It's kind of a weird thing with the way that if you put up to an SP3 or close to an SP3 and you're in the rock field, then it's a case you've got a longer time. That's like a countdown basically of how long you've got on the rock field. And yeah, it's an alright champion. I'm not going to say that it's overly amazing. The special attacks are helpful. They do whatever they need to do. SP3 is all about armor break, and yeah, no big yellow numbers. Kabam even say this is a champion that is utilized for tankiness, and as well this is an Alliance Wars champion in mind. Going to be a pain in the butt. Maybe it's a case this is the glory spender champion, and it's going to make Alliance Wars seasons more boring and frustrating. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, 565 version. Maybe you'll see an increased or higher kind of rating. So what is it now? Like 1961.8 in the rock field. And obviously, the more that it goes down the route of it would be more powerful. So rank 5s, I'm interested to see on how that scales up. And yeah, just an alright champion, good for defense. Your thoughts in the comment section. How do you feel about this champ? And thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please hit the like button. Check out some of the content up on screen at the moment. And I'll see you on Sunday or later on today for the podcast. So check that out, and bye for now.